What's going on tonight, chat? It's Sean with Bulls and Bears Gaming. We have Wednesday, December 15th. We are halfway through the last month of the year and going to go through our market updates here briefly. Looks like there's another huge Warzone update that is probably going to take all night, so we're going to run some Vanguard, level up some guns, and be ready for our co-stream on Friday with Barones and Gritley over from Facebook Gaming. But with the markets today, pretty decent day in the markets. Dow up 1.08%, the S&P up 1.63%, and the Nasdaq up 2.15%. And this coming off of yesterday, they reported that the inflation rate for November year over year was up 6.8%. But like we talked about a few days ago, the prediction was at 7, and I felt like they were really pumping up that prediction to 7 in hopes that the actual number would come in a little bit less than that, give investors a little bit of ease, knowing that they feel like that the Fed has a grip of understanding what's going on there, and I think that's what we saw. And today the Fed did kind of update their stance on what they're looking at for rate hikes, moving into potentially having rate hikes next year and having as many as 3 next year, possibly even 4 in 2023. So that's a drastic increase in how quickly they'd be increasing the rates. Really good for the people that look more for the fixed income side of things, investors that buy CDs, bonds, stuff like that. In the long run will probably hit the stocks a little harder too, but there's supposed to be that balance there. So I think that's going to do more to help give that balance back a little bit, as opposed to everything being one direction like it has been now. And our topic of the night is, is it dangerous to blow out of your stock position? So when you look at where we are now with all-time highs on the indexes, if you're holding stocks that you've been holding for 5, 6, 7 years, you've probably experienced really great growth in that. And what I see a lot of people doing is thinking, well, maybe it's time to start taking that risk off. I'm going to blow out my stock, sell it all, and go to cash right now. But the risk of that is, if you're not holding them in an IRA or a 401k or some sort of retirement account where the taxes are deferred until you actually liquidate out, and you're just holding them in an individual account, you run the risk of having these huge capital gains. If over the last 7 years you've doubled the money you've put in there, let's say you put in $50,000 that you've invested, and you've made another $50,000, so your portfolio is valued at $100. If you go and sell all those stocks and cash in that $100,000, you're going to have to pay taxes on the $50,000 gains. Now, with most of those, they're going to be more than a year, so they are going to be considered long-term capital gains, but there is still a tax implication when you go to sell those. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Maybe you talk to your accountant and it's a good time to take those gains based on other stuff that you have going on that year. Maybe you're looking at the potential increases of tax rates coming up in the next few years that the administration is pushing for, and you think it's a better time now to do that and take that taxable gain, as opposed to getting in a situation next year where you feel like you have to get out of those stocks. You do, and are at an even higher tax rate next year than you would be this year. So there's a lot to consider just before just pulling that trigger and liquidating your stocks. One of the biggest of that is, what are those taxable gains? So with that, like we said, I think we're going to run some Vanguard for today, level up some weapons, get ready for Friday. Okay, we're going to get an automaton unlocked here with the next one. Oh, come on. I don't know any of these maps. Team deathmatch. Domination. Respawn. I don't like free for all. Okay. Ninja. Tracker. Overkill. Probably fine. Wire grip. Fine. Maybe we'll at least just have fast melee on. That's fine. Yeah, apparently that's what a thermite's gonna look like. Okay. Hey, Mucky Poo. What's up, big guy? Gonna do some leveling, and it's gonna be I think pretty nasty to start as we try to get this automaton leveled up a little bit. And I was feeling the same way you were with the bar. I felt like just long range, it wasn't it. That medium did pretty well, but then even close range was hard to get switched over because it's a little heavier. Da 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 da. I didn't get to play much of that, but why even put you in a game like that? I don't get it. What is this, Rose 3.0? Dual wielding shotgun pistols. Really don't know about that.
Hope you're ready for a real fight. We're moving with the bomb.
Oh man, we're not doing one of these. And of course now my game's not showing up anymore. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going up with it. It seems like Streamlabs has had so many problems. I mean, honestly, like the last month it's been terrible. It'll randomly just stop capturing the game. Audio kick out. Half the time I'll see that, you know, like it'll just stop streaming on Twitch or Facebook or something in the middle of a stream. No notification or anything. It'll just take you off from live. Like it's normal. Let's see if this will fix it. Feel like I'm not very hopeful. Yeah, but can you dual stream on OBS? That's the main reason I went with Streamlabs, is because of the dual stream capabilities. And the answer is it is still not picking up the game. Which is funny because it's getting the sound. Yeah, I think that's the only reason I wouldn't switch over. Game capture. Let's remove it. Totally get out of that. Reboot this. Add game capture. I appreciate you, man. just a little tricky. Gotcha. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, man, if you don't mind sending me your settings for that, and then I can dig a little deeper in the dual streaming aspect of it, that'd be awesome. Alright, I'm going to end the stream real quick and kick it right back up and see if we can get that to fix the game capture, because this is not working.